everybody runs their business differently. And I think
Yep.
that was the basis of why Glenn started this. Glenn Sanford is our founder. It was that vision that when we're going out on listing appointments and helping buyers, they're not like, hey, what brokerage are you with? They like the person. Why? Because we build a relationship. We get to know that person.
Okay, we are live. Welcome back to another ICW session here today. Same as every week, Tuesday, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Come join us, ICW, where we talk about everything real estate. Today, we're going to talk about a little bit about eXp and this wonderful company, and you know why we made the change to eXp, what we like about it, and what we see happening for our own real estate businesses, you know, further down the line within eXp, and what we feel about it, what we think about it, maybe pros, maybe cons, and yeah, we're just going to discuss very briefly what's cool, what's not cool, what we love about it, and you know, maybe you hear some new things that you've not heard from anyone before, different perspective, because everybody runs their own business their own way. So eXp is not for everyone, just like other brokerages aren't for us. So here we are, just kind of sharing our ideas and flowing around and making things happen. So how's it going, Jason?
Hey, brother, I'm excited to see you, man. Always happy and it's just awesome and great to talk to you, pick your brain on stuff. And I always value your time, man. So super cool. Right off the bat, you mentioned um, how everybody runs their business differently. And I think
Yep.
that was the basis of why Glenn started this. Glenn Sanford is our founder, started it back in 2009. And it was that vision that when we're going out on listing appointments and helping buyers, they're not like, hey, what brokerage are you with? That
Yeah.
question never comes up. They like the person. Why? Because we build a relationship. We get to know that person. The other week, we talked about relationships. So every person's business becomes different because what is important to you may be different to me. And we'll have similarities, but that's the cool thing about real estate is that
Right.
we can also do it differently and get to a common result, right?
Right, right. That's it. You know, everybody works, the clients talk with you, not with whoever your brokerage is. And, you know, that's like you said, they don't see the brand per se. They see you. And that's for the same reason that brands get a bad name. It's because of the agent, not the brand itself. It's the agent that gave it a bad name, what kind of like stains it. So although you run your business your way, you do specific things with your uh seller clients or your buyers or whatever. So then it's up to you to work with a brokerage that supports how you run things. And that's kind of where, that's where things are different. And that's where you can't say that one brokerage provides a better service to my buyer. It just doesn't work like that. It's you that provides the service to the buyer and you do it your way. It's the brokerage that helps you, gives you the tools, the resources, the training, whatever else, to help you kind of do it your own way. So that's a great way of putting it. What
Yeah.
are you I don't know if you'll remember, but what would you say is maybe like three things from what you know now with the time that you have been in eXp, what are the like top three things that you really love about the company?
Oh man, I've been with the company since 2018, man. And one, I gotta say, culture slash collaboration
Yes.
is probably my favorite because I didn't see that at the beginning. I was introduced to it and then it began to grow and it grew very quickly.
Yeah.
And when I talk about that, it's talking to not only business partners in our organization that have been in the business for 25, 30 plus years that sell thousands upon thousands of homes, all around the world. it opened up to the corporate side of eXp as well, getting to know
Yeah.
the CEO or, our VPs of growth or, our leaders all around the regions. So that door opens, man. And I know they're there when I need them and I reach out. And it still goes locally too. We have a managing broker. You have a broker of record is what you guys call it
Right.
out there. Um, again, super accessible when I need them. They're not batting down my door. They're not bothering me saying, "Oh, you doing your work? Oh, hey, what are you doing today?" They're not here to make me feel bad. They're here to lift me up when I need them. And so that collaboration was cool. Um, looking at it from a colleague business partner point of view, look at us, man. You
Yeah.
know, you're in Spain, I'm in Indiana, yeah,
The
in the
perfect
United
example.
States.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that collaboration has been tremendous. And it was all from a birth from Facebook, a conversation there that started having you come into our world, introduce you to some people, and we just clicked. So now we're
Yeah.
able to collaborate. And for those that don't know Ian or myself, man, I'm texting him almost every morning. Hey, man, what's happening? Because he's hours ahead of me.
Right.
So I'm like, hey, what's going on? And just catching up. So it's a really cool start to my day because he's got positive energy. I've surrounded myself with somebody I want to be like, and that's Ian. So I know he's going to have good energy. And even on his bad days, his energy is still good. And he even says, hey, bad stuff going on, but here's how I'm going to fix it. And, that's
Right.
awesome
That's,
because then that just gives me hope. So the collaboration just continues to blossom from there, from the groups that we have internally via our eXp workplace, Facebook for businesses, where we have the family tree group where people are there to support you. We've got all this training to support and collaborate with. And then if you just want basic, hey, how do I sell a house? You can collaborate on that. So and
100%.
it blossoms from there. I'm going way big on this, and I need to keep it small. You know me, I like to talk, and I'm passionate about EXP. But for me, that was number one. All right,
Yeah.
what do we got? Like 30 seconds left of this. No, I'm just kidding.
We're at 2 minutes
Uh,
left.
so that was number one, is the culture collaboration. Number two, most important, is probably the opportunities. I
Right.
would say is number two. And what I mean by that is that EXP gives us tons of opportunities. Our first piece of business is to buy and sell homes, help people buy and sell homes, right? That's number one. Well, EXP gives us more ways to create more revenue. I think we're 8 or 9 different ways of creating revenue. And for me, you give me an opportunity, I'm interested in listening and seeing if it's a fit for me. And maybe it's not right now, maybe it's a longer term, and that's cool too. But that's what's really cool, man. One of those opportunities was stocks. I never was a stock guy. Back in 2018, I was like, I don't really care about the stock. But you know what I had in 2018? I had a family that I wasn't saving money for. And my
Right.
kids were, what are we, 2024, 6 years younger now. So my oldest was 5 at the time, 5, 3, and 1 at
Right.
the time. I wasn't thinking financially where I want my family to be in the next 5 years. And shame on me for not thinking that. And I don't look at it that I shame myself at that point, but that's where I want to help people think differently and say, man, look at what this provides you
Yeah.
in case things go astray. And I'll tell you this, man. So for the last 6 years, I've been able to hit awards. EXP's given me opportunities with these stocks. I buy into the 5% plan that we have as well.
Yeah.
And I built a nice little nest egg of stock. Well, this year, I tried a business adventure that didn't work out, and it left me in a lot of debt. So I had to figure out what to do. My wife said, "Hey, let's just rebuild. We'll rebuild it over the next year or whatever." For me, that didn't work. That I didn't want to rebuild over time. I needed to get it off my shoulders that, hey, I failed and I was okay with failing. I moved forward, but
Yeah.
now I carry this debt with me that I got to figure out how to get out of it. So what I ended up doing, I took stock from eXp. What I was rewarded over the years, I took a huge chunk, paid it off, and then paid off my debt. And now I'm able to start fresh with it off my shoulders, clear conscious, clear mind. And now, as I do my job and I help more people sell homes, buy homes, invest in homes, EXP is going to reward me for those stocks and we're just going to replenish it.
Yeah.
And then when I'm bringing agents on too, and I help them close the transaction, EXP says, "Hey, congratulations, new agent, you get stock." And oh, Jason, you get stock.
Yes.
Wow, cool. Because I wanted to
Stuff
help
for
somebody.
everyone.
Right, right, man. You know, so it's stuff like that that gets me excited because I don't know anyone else trying to do that. Now, I know there's other new cloud brokerages out there making a name for themselves, and good for them. It goes back to the day. If have you seen that Gene Frederick video from Cabo where he talked about the history of brokerages?
Yeah, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Awesome. I'll post a link on here for those who haven't watched it to catch that because you watch it and it's repetitive because back in the 80s when brokerages started, you had I think Century 21 or and then however it evolved, then Keller Williams came into play in the year 2000s or 1990s, what have you, and changed the course a little bit. Well, here comes 2009, and it was that cloud brokerage of eXp that started revolutionizing a new realm. And
Right.
15 years later, now we've got other brokerages taking that model and working it. Just like they took that Century 21 model back in the 80s
That's it. Yeah.
and remolded it.
Yeah.
You know, some will stay, some will go.
It's just
Okay,
how it
so
is.
but know that company like an EXP is going to stay. It was the very first cloud brokerage, forward progressive thinking, and amazing leadership. And that probably ties me into my third um, piece there. It is the forward thinking leadership, man.
That's
Um,
huge.
right? And
Yeah.
I can never say it enough without having people see it and experience it in person.
Well,
Whether
that's
it's
what I was just about to say. Yeah.
it is, man, because yeah, I could talk game all day, right? And
Yeah,
it's
when
one
you
of
live it,
those
it's just
where, right, and I could if you could come with me to an EXPCon event or join in an EXP event out in Spain, that's when you get to see it and you
yeah.
get to hear it. And it's not hype. You need to have that open mind and think about it and say, gosh, is this really speaking to me? Is this a fit for me? And that's the same thing. I love that you said that at the beginning, Ian. Is this a fit for you? Because not only are you thinking, hey, is EXP a fit for me? But we're asking, are you an EX fit for EXP? I'm getting my tongue tied here. Um, are you a fit for EXP? We need to make sure we have the right people. If you're an entrepreneur that wants to grow, that wants to help families sell more homes, and you want to be a force in real estate, then come on board and grow and be awesome. And then collaborate with people outside of your local sphere. You have that local sphere. Well, it's time to expand that. Go nationally, go globally, and have conversations like Ian and I, and then some, where we
Yeah.
jump on these calls and we can help each other sell real estate, man. So
It's kind of funny because it's pretty much my top three. So we could probably just
awesome.
end the call. But but the forward thinking thing is like you said, until you've experienced it, you don't really know. So my kind of opinion on the whole thing is that there's constant changes being made, which hold the phone, can be quite scary. You think, oh, why are things changing all the time? That could be troubling. It could be a sign that things aren't working, whatever. Things are working. That the proof is in the numbers. You can't lie about that. The things are working. but they're still constantly making improvements, changing this. We try something, it doesn't work, it's okay, change it. And it's all the time, especially here in Spain, we're seeing it because we're newer here also. Bear in mind, the time of making this video, Spain's been in, EXP's been in Spain for 3 years only. So, and we're seeing these changes consistently. And then they'll announce something new, like a new partnership with another company or just a whole new side of EXP, whether it's EXP Luxury, which was fairly new, commercial when it was, announced. Here in Spain recently, they announced the new collaboration platform which kind of ties into your one of your top three pieces on EXP. If I have a collaboration, whether it's in the US, Spain, Australia, South Africa, the UK, it doesn't matter. I go into this platform, search out where I need an agent. I get a whole list of them, click his name, and like within 1 or 2 clicks, the collaboration's already set up with the client. Super, super easy. EXP handles all the logistics and the payments and the changing of currencies and whatever. That's all on them. We don't do any of that. And that just kind of blows my mind how easy it is to collaborate. And it's these little things that just make it, in my opinion, one of the best forward-thinking companies and progressive. It's insane to me. And when you do join these events, and then they announce new things, and you're like, how can it get better from this? And then like 3 months down the line, there's something new pops up, and you're like, man, they've done it again. And then like, how can it get any better than this? And they do it again and again and again and again. And it's just nonstop. I've been with Spain EXP for 3 years, and it's all the time. It's ongoing, and that's what kind of blows my mind about the forward thinking side of it. Like you said, we can talk about it all we want, but until you actually see it, you're like, and you open your eyes to it, you're like, man, that really is something you don't see in huge, big companies, because obviously what works, we're going to keep on doing it. It's quite scary trying to change that, but we pull it off, so it's quite exciting. And another thing that I would add in, obviously I agree on those top three, but one of my top three things that I love about EXP the most is probably the culture of the company. And I think you kind of mentioned it and tied it in a little bit with the collaboration, but there's no competition within EXP. So I've had experiences in other brokerages where we're like kind of fighting to be the best between us, although we're in the same franchise. We don't have that here. We're lifting each other up consistently. If I need help, I can ask someone for help, no matter who they are, who their sponsor is, what team they're part of, where they are in the world, and they're going to offer to help me out. And I just think that's something that really, really did blow my mind. And then there are those that really dedicate their time to helping other agents, whether it benefits them or not. And those are the ones that really changed things for me. And that's what put culture within the top, three for me. So it's insane.
I dig it, man. It depends on what you're looking for in a brokerage.
Yeah.
There's so much to offer, and it's going to be longer than this call right here that we're doing today on our ICW workshop. We want to help challenge you. Something I always say too, when people are coming over and they're bringing large teams over, we've had that come, through us. It's like, all right, what's your vision of that team? And how do you want to grow? What I call it, I want to help be the ambassador of your brand, right? And that's because I want to help. If I could help that leader grow their team, and if I could help their team grow and produce more, then that's a win. It's a win for all of us. And it just goes to what you just said, that culture and collaboration, that there's no competition. So we could help each other in that manner, and the company rewards us for it all. We all reward from it all. So cool. Why wouldn't we want to have an invested interest instead of just saying, "Oh, hey, come on over," and the company gives me $500 and then I never talk to you again? That's not it. Hey, come on over.
Yeah.
What works? Do you need to be on a team? All right, let's look at that avenue. Do you want to run a team? Do you just want to be a solo agent and do your thing? Cool. We've got so many avenues. And then once you open up that Pandora's box of EXP, look what else is out there. I mean, we've got military network. We've got the One Network, so many other things, diverse for different communities, different workshops in there to improve your production. We've got a Kickstart program that is phenomenal. It's like an 8-week course for, even if you're brand new or if you're in a rut in your business, jump in and it's literally kickstart your business. You've got collaboration, you've got support from your local area, like yours is in Spain, mine's in Indiana. So we've got an Indiana state team here that we could make sure everything is in compliance. So it breaks it down, and so the splits and commissions, we're not the lowest, we're not the highest either. So every brokerage is going to charge what they charge, but look at what gets back to you and what options are there. And if you're only selling 5 homes a year, but in the back of your mind, you're saying, hey, where do I want to be in 2 years? I want to be able to sell 10 homes or 15 homes. Great. Then how do you get there? And who's going to help you? Is it these 2 guys that are going to help you? Because we can, and we can help you because 1, it's accountability. 2, it's going to be what's your game plan? What's business plan it out and figure out how to get there. Is it a growth strategy? Some people come on to retire and exit this for real, exit real estate. So that's a huge piece too. So, or maybe you're somebody like me where, hey, I just kind of started learning how to help other people. And now I've been able to grow and grow and grow and grow. And now I'm like, man, this is a really cool piece. And I love it because I get to know more people. I get to see if this is a fit for them and then help them grow in their business and then help their friends grow in the business. So for me, it just gives it back too, man.
And you know what's really cool about that as well, and I apologize for any noise. There's some weird banging going on. But what's really cool about that, and we're so well connected within each other in this network of eXp agents that if I can't help you and if Jason can't help you with whatever it is you need, we know the perfect person to help you out with that thing. So whether, I might not have 10 or 25 or 15 years of experience in real estate, and I can't help you with how to manage your 150 agent team because I haven't done that before. I don't know. I wouldn't know where to start with that. I know exactly who to run to because they do have that experience and they've done it extremely successfully. And we can put you guys together. That's one of the other things that I really like about it, the closeness and the tight-knit community we have here at eXp. And it's all done super efficiently as well, whether it's through Workplace, which is my main method of getting in touch with, whether I need to talk to a state broker in the US or the broker of record for some other country like Mexico or whatever. Just start a chat through Workplace as if I was texting my best friend. And that's it. That's how easy it is.
It really is. And I'm sorry, I was looking for something as you were making your point there. So I'm getting ready to download it now so I could share it. But it is that easy. And it's mind blowing of who you can connect with because of the technology that we have. Nobody has the technology like we do. And yet there's other companies that are similar to the cloud sector, and I get that. But at the end of the day, they can't touch the technology piece. It is simply amazing with what we have, man.
Bearing in mind that the majority of the technology that eXp uses is created and owned by eXp anyway, so that's to be the most forward thinking and progressive and technological real estate in the company of the world. It's not just a marketing phrase or a marketing title that we gave ourselves. That's actually how it is. And you can look into it and you can check it out. It's it's not just something that we throw out there because it looks and sounds cool. It's real. It's ours.
It sure
It's all our
is, man.
stuff.
And that's the other thing. It is ours. Why? Because when we sell our first home, we get stock, and now we actually become an owner of the company. And how awesome is that?
And that's it. Like you said before, stock's my exit strategy when it comes to eXp. when I started receiving stock, that's when I started thinking about planning for the future of my family and things like you. You know, I wasn't very good at it before, but when you started seeing it coming in and you start seeing it grow, it makes you think about it. You have no option to think about it because you're going to get stock whether you want it or not.
Yeah, it is. And so, I challenge people who are watching to, think outside the box. And
Yeah.
hey, what does that look like at the end of the day uh, for you? Depending on where you're at today with your production, where do you see yourself in the 1, 3, 5 years from now? Do you want to be able to grow, or do you want to stay in the small routine that you're doing? And yet you've got other people that are passing you up. And if you want to stay, that's cool too. Maybe then we're not the fit. And that's okay. We could still work a transaction, we could still run that game. But for those that are thinking, gosh, what if I sold twice as many homes as I'm doing right now? What if the company rewarded me every time I sold a home? Just for doing my job, I get extra money. So I could still charge any kind of percentage here in the United States. You could charge anything. If you want to do 10%, 5%, 3%, 2%, 1%, you can. It's your business. You are an
Yours,
owner
yeah.
and you're doing your own thing. But again, we want to help you be the best business owner ever. So that's one of our biggest focuses. Ian, we're running out of time, brother, and we haven't even hit all the good stuff. We may have to continue for another week, bro.
Part two
I
sounds like a
think
plan
so.
to me.
I think so. Maybe we'll continue that next month too, and just so we could put them
Yeah.
together. Um, you know, as we kind of wrap it up, man, what what holds true to your heart? And I know we hit those 3 points of EXP as well. Um, we've seen some great leaders leave. We've seen some great teams leave. We've seen some great leaders come in and some great teams come in. Um, for you, what excites you every day when you get into real estate and you're getting in, you're like, hey, I'm part of EXP. What excites you?
So what I think stands out the most, like the first thing that pops into my head when you ask that question is the fact that what we need is looked into for us. If the agents, it's so agent centric that whatever we need, whether it's, we suggest some tools or certain trainings or whatever it is, if it's brought to EXP's attention, they will actually, if not do it for us and get it done, it will be looked into, and it's not something that's like, okay, we'll think about it or what. They actually work on giving the agents exactly what they want and then what they need and some. So for me, that's one of the things that for me is I really like about working in EXP day to day, and being able to run an organization and have my agents and be part of this community and the culture. I know that I have a voice
Yep.
and that I can talk to who I need to, and I'm heard.
Yep. The most client-centric brokerage or agent-centric brokerage, excuse me. Let me rephrase that. The most
100%.
agent-centric brokerage to date is what EXP is
100%.
all about. And it is because our voice matters. Why? Because we're owners. Why? Because we're trying to build this thing to be the biggest ever, and we're getting there. So that's a huge piece. So I appreciate you sharing that too. Let me try before we head out. I want to try to share this screen. Let's see what kind of luck I have here. Bear with me. I'm not the most technological guy here. Oh, I don't want that. There's my calendar if anybody wanted to see that. So let's see here. Fun stuff. Oops. I don't even know how to stop screen share now. Oh, there we are. Stop share. There's that. Funny. So leave it up to me. I should have you screen sharing. You're the smart technology guy here.
I apologize for putting you on this. This is how you learn, Jason.
This is how we learn. See, I still can't do it. So that's all right. Because what do you see my calendar, right?
No, I could see you're a senior business.
Oh, you can.
Yeah,
Oh, how about
yeah.
that? Is that better?
You're senior business partners.
Oh, lovely. All right, cool. So you mentioned earlier about some of the people that help us on a daily basis, the collaboration, the focus that we have. These guys and girls have been in the business, and can we get in touch with them? Heck yeah, I've got all their cell phone numbers, and I call them and I text them all the time. So these people are here for us, so we can help you grow. And if you're interested in learning more, definitely hit us up. Let us know what we could do for you. We could introduce you to all these people and so many more, but we want you to understand that your hard work deserves reward, and eXp is here to help you with all that stuff. So, Ian, I'm going to let you go, man. Any parting words on your side, buddy?
No, the only thing I would say is, if you feel like there's something missing from your business, don't neglect that, because you could be doing the exact same thing that you're doing now somewhere else, and the rewards are doubled or tripled. You don't know until you look into it, until you try it out. So that's where that's where I'm gonna leave it.
Awesome, buddy. Believe in yourself, believe in your team, and that belief will lead you into more amazing pastures too. So, everybody, thanks so much for joining us today. Ian, always good hanging with you, buddy. Have a great week. Join us next Tuesday, 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be having some more fun. See you then, everybody.
Go.